Hello everybody, and Jess here, and welcome back to Hataraku maou-sama, Season 2, Episode 5. Episode 5 indeed. I have very little expectations for today's episode, because there hasn't been any setup for what's gonna happen today. In the last episode, we kinda closed off a little bit of an arc, right? Archangel Gabriel went home for the time being. Alas Ramus is safe as part of Emilia's holy regalia, or whatever you want to call them. And things seem to be going back to normal somewhat. The only lead we got is the little dialogue that Gabrielle had with the KFC or KFG or whatever the name is, manager, the Fat Angel, about perhaps someone returning, Emilia's mother, or no, it wasn't about her returning, it was about something regarding her, that she was the one who stole Yesod, the shard of Yesod. She's also Emilia's mother, and she's probably also the angel who saved Maou. And is she the mysterious woman that we keep seeing all around? Possibly, although I'm not sure. In any case, we don't really know what's gonna happen in this arc, not fully. So I don't really have much to say here. Yeah, the summary of the previous arc was in the previous episode. It's not like we need anything closed off. It's just the consequences of the little discussion that they had in the fast food joint, and what's gonna become of them. Also, interesting tidbit. Right now, the raid boss in Blue Archive is Cassed. So if you want to face against Cassed, go play Blue Archive. I think I'm gonna be streaming it sometime in the future, because there is also a new event, and I usually always stream Blue Archive events. And yeah, I don't think I have anything more to say on the topic, so I'm not gonna prolong it. I'm just gonna be watching it, and we're gonna watch it, and we're gonna see where they're going with the next arc. Are we going into the beach episodes, which seems to be the case? And I also remember, from what little I remember from the manga, I do remember there being some beach and them working at a beach shack or something like that. I don't know, the memories of it are very, very vague because it's been quite a while. Or maybe we're gonna go through like a second arc of Gabrielle. Maybe Gabrielle's gonna return, and Emilia's mother is gonna also appear, and this is gonna be like the final battle against them, and we're gonna kind of peter off, taper off. I don't know what the proper way to say it. We're gonna slow down the pace a little in like the third part of this season with the beach shenanigans. Maybe, I don't know. It's purely and entirely my predictions, and I cannot be sure of them. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna give you your subs because you're gonna need them. I'm gonna give myself my sound because I'm gonna need it, and I'm also gonna remind you of support, because that's another thing I do need. I need your support, monetary or otherwise. Monetary on Patreon and Throne in the description, or otherwise if you share my content. That counts as support. I'm forever thankful to everybody who shares my stuff, who recommends it, because that's how channels grow. And the bigger a channel grows, the better. Simple as. Okay, I think we can just start watching episode 5 of Hataraku maou-sama, version by Subs, please. In 3, 2, 1, go. Ah, Alas Ramus photos. What a doting father, isn't he? Oh, permanently? Probably not. Throw some renovations or something. MgRonald. We haven't seen Emilia's friends besides the researcher Lolly, so I'm assuming the rest of them are gonna appear sooner or later as well. An attack by some gargoyles. Yeah, we haven't seen anybody use their demonic powers either. I'm assuming how much of it is just a rule of cool for the OP and how much is actually foreshadowing of what is to come. Yeah, explanation please. Yeah, the place being remodeled. Okay, so I'm assuming... Oh yeah, he was completely checked out. Gotcha, makes sense. Yeah. Okay, so I'm assuming that's why they're gonna go to, like, the beach shack or whatever. Renovations? Is Crestia moving in with Emilia? Yeah. Maintenance. But he was checked out. Alas, it needs to be maintained. uh, when it rains, it pours. Sealed off like an ancient relic. Yeah, could be her photos. Okay, no photos this time around. A tape? Okay, that's even worse. Oh, we're visiting Chiho. Okay, first time at Chiho's house. Okay, what's it gonna be? Oh, I guess the landlady is in Egypt now. Dressed as a motherfucking Cleopatra. That looks like a very old anime, doesn't it? Right, that's our hook for working at the beach shack. Yeah, a good idea. Yeah. They get some money, they get a place to live. Perfect arrangement. Mickey T. Indeed. Kimigahama? That's a very helpful lady. 10k, that's a decent wage. Three, Alsiel Urushihara. And who? Oh, unless he's counting himself among the three. Those are some actually good questions. Yeah, them's the rules. I mean, she's not wrong. No bully. That's the spirit. That's the spirit, Urushihara. Nice to have a supportive mother in it. But I won't say no either. Yeah. I'm not gonna like encourage you, but I'm also not gonna stop you. It's your choice without my input. I like it. I really do like her mother. Lucifer is too lazy to cause harm nowadays. Yeah. Is she in danger? Well, funny you mention that. Weird that they're kind of like being temporarily fired instead of moving to some another branch, another McRonald somewhere in the city. Kinda odd. Oh, this dude. And the jig's up. Sentaki fried chicken, right. SFC. Yeah. She has to. I mean, in this kind of an environment. Okay, so Gabriel fucked up and he tries to fix his fuck up. I mean, yeah, it's not hard to figure out where the sword is. It is wherever Emi is. That's also true. Mao needs all the negativity of surrounding people to have power. Emilia just needs to down a little bit of some magic juice and she's up. What was it? Vitamin H? Cold? Something like that. Vitamin Holy. I mean, hard to expect you to be able to fight. You're just a human. True, that's still hanging in the air. Probably not, although, who the fuck knows? You have your bow. Yeah. And even if not overseas, it's useful to have one to travel. Like, hell, I don't travel often and I still have a suitcase. Hmm. What you gonna do, Chiho? Okay, she's calling Emmy, probably. Oh, mother. Figures. And all the gang is going. How did Emmy manage to get some, like, free time from job? I don't know. That is an old train. It looks more like a tram than a train, honestly. Ah, of course. Very convenient in it. Okay, makes sense. Yeah, it's just coincidence that you're going to the exact same place and are spending the exact same amount of time there. Although we don't know how long Maui stays there. 3 days? Possibly longer. Food. Rice crackers. Oh, some freshly made, I'm guessing. Yeah. Yeah, makes sense he wouldn't give up this easily. Will they, though? Yeah, Chiho is wise above her age, isn't she? Whomst? Oh, hello there, lady. I guess you can say that. Chiho, of course, confirms. The wife is yet to be decided. Okay, they're staying in a whole cottage. I mean, that's fair bit more luxurious than their usual place, isn't it? Yeah, yeah. Okay, the place isn't in the greatest state. Au contraire. Hmm. Okay. Okay. Some well needed motivation. Flotation rings, air pump, and some other stuff. What an event! Some rust remover? Okay, rust remover. And Urushihara is just doing nothing, because of course. Yeah. Yeah, bare metal or bare wood is better than broken up and dirty sitting cushion. I mean, he kinda did run the store. He's like, what, a Sue manager, right? He's like a second in command, essentially, at their McRonald's. Yeah, that would be a great attraction. That looks much better. Still covered in rust, but you can't really do much about it. You can clean the appliances, not exactly the walls. Oh! Oh, that's cool. What's that? Fishing boats? Or something supernatural? Oh, is it like, sand elm fires or something like that? I think that's the name of it. Hmm? A random siren? Yeah, foghorn in the middle of the night. That's fairly fucking scary, isn't it? Yeah, and at very low frequencies. The cause is supernatural, of course. Okay, she knows something. I mean, we already know that Miki T is at least aware of the supernatural, so it would stand to reason that her relative would also be. It's a kaiju. Okay. I guess we're gonna be fighting a kaiju now. That was a cool episode. Very expected one, but not in like in the bad meaning, in not in a bad way, right? Expected in that usually when tension rises and then there's the resolution of the tension, you drop off and you have like an episode of cool down to allow the viewer to, well, cool down after all the excitement. Some dogs barking. And this very much does feel like a cool down episode, but with a hook that something's gonna happen now. And I like it. I like it. If not for the hook, you would be like you would think that it's just gonna be a beach episode or a couple of beach episodes, very like inconsequential. But no, something's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen, and I wonder what's it gonna be. We're gonna see that next week, I guess. And right now, before even the next week comes, how about we watch this episode again? Shall we? Yes, we shall. Is the answer. You can't say no because it's not a live show. And of course, Mao looking at photos of Alas Ramus. That's a lot of photos of her that he already managed to snap. Chichi. Oh no, Chichi. It's a stutter. I thought for a moment that he already started calling Chiho Chichi. But yeah, that probably wouldn't be appropriate, calling her Chichi. Apt, but not exactly appropriate. And yeah, the shop is closing for renovations because, of course. Who's this dude on the right gonna be? Probably one of the angels. And of course, Mao was completely checked out and he forgot. He forgot. Crestia is moving in with Emmy. And thankfully, they also have a place to move in. Say what you will about Mikiti, she cares for her tenants. For sure. I mean, the place is a dump, but it probably costs close to nothing, so. And when it got broken down, Mikiti is here to fix it, so she's a great landlady. Visiting Chiho's house. I really like her mother. I gotta say, very realistic, very human. Uh, Often you see in anime that mothers are caricatures almost in either way, are either an overbearing caricature or not caring caricature, or the like not the stereotype but the trope of like lollibaba mother, right? Those are usually the things you see. Mothers are, and fathers also very often are, in one way or another, caricatures. This works. She's real. She's human. I love her. Oh, what can I say? What can I say? I'm gonna have to find out whether or not Chiho is a father. Because I really do like her mother. Also, I mentioned it during like Tokyo 24 Coup. I like very vibrant and thick lipstick on anime characters. I don't know why, it just looks appealing. Would be better if she only had lipstick on the bottom lip. That, I don't know why, but it super works for me. But I like lipstick. You don't see that often. That's probably why I like it this much. Usually characters like don't have any sort of makeup. Maybe on a close-up you see a little bit of like eyeshadow or something, or when they go for overly rendered lips in some specific shots, you see some lip gloss or something on their lips. You very rarely see lipstick and in general makeup as a part of the base design without the need to focus on specific parts of the face. Bringing some drink. I mean, I guess Mickey T is an exception. I hear that you gentlemen met with some misfortune. Yeah, Mikiti is very much aware of all the supernatural shenanigans. How? Who knows? She might be from Ente Isla, from all I know, honestly. I mean, if it's possible for Mao and other people to teleport into this world from Ente Isla, stands to reason that other people might have made it here even before, right? Kind of like Gate. A great show. Hopefully they make like third season of it, because 2 seasons was not enough. I really do enjoy Gate. The idea with Gate is that it's an isekai world, right? Another world, and there's been cultures of humans going into that world for millennia. That's why the civilization in there looks Roman, because last time people from our world were isekai there, those were Romans. And thus they started the kingdom of man that was like full on Romans. And the elves and the dwarves and all the other races were also isekai to that world throughout its history. So I would be interested to see if this is the exact same case, except reverse, like reverse isekai, where people from Ente Isla used to go here for like vacation and they liked it here enough to stay. I guess kind of like Dragon Maid, right, where all sorts of creatures from the other world are visiting Kobayashi's world and staying there permanently. That's cool. I always like this little tidbit when worlds have history. That's what I like in general. When it's not just the world has the history limited to just this anime or this manga or this light novel. What happened before? Well, there's some vague like recollections of, oh, those are ruins. What ruins? Well, ruins, and that's it. I like when worlds have history, and knowing that other people have made it here before, that adds a lot to that history. I have a niece, and we're gonna assist her niece. And yeah, 10k a day. Damn, that's a lot. That's a lot, like an awful lot. One thing I need to look up real quick is Hataraku Sama season 2. I need to check out the niece's voice actress because I really do like her voice. And I like her design in general. That's another thing. Amane Oguro? Is that her? Is that her? I don't know. Maybe it's Amano Oguro, maybe not. Uh, let me take a look at Mal. Maybe Mal has her image, her photo, her face, characters and staff. Ashia Maou, Yusa Adramelek, Cameo, Ende Etuva, Emeralda Gabriel, Suzuno, Takefumi Kentaro, Kisaki Laila, narrator Oguro Amane. I don't know, maybe it's Oguro Amane? Kaori Shoji, Suzuki Rika, and Urishihara. There aren't any more female names listed, so I'm guessing it has to be her. It has to be Ogura Amane, and she voiced Sylvia Sherwood in Spy X Family. She voiced Flair in Virgin Road. She voiced Ryomo Shimei in Ikitosen. She voiced. Who else do I recognize? Mm-hmm. No, I don't recognize anybody here. Okay, Angelica in Mahotsukai no Yome. Very, very known voices, to me at least. Some of them. Not all of them, because there are like plenty of roles that she played. Couple more scrolls, and I'm just gonna leave it here. Okay, she played Elizabeth Mabley in Freezing. Freezing Vibration, at least. I don't know whether she played the same character before in the previous season of Freezing. I haven't finished the second season of Freezing. I don't know why. No, I know why. I know why. The whole deal with like abuse and yeah, when one of the characters was abused by their sibling, like mentally and gaslit and whatnot. I don't know, I felt just so uncomfortable watching it that I had to drop it. Otherwise, a great show, and I would like to finish it one day, but I had to check out. And someone in Railgun, Yomikawa Aiho. I need to watch Railgun one day. Yeah, that'll do it. Okay, let's continue. Auntie's always traveling the world. Choshi, 10k, 3 men. And we're gonna help there, and of course Urishihara is also going to do that. Through tears and pain and sadness, but he will. Mao is a good man, I'll allow your crush on him. I really like Chiho's mother, honestly. I really do. She's very reasonable and very human again. I won't say yes to you going with him, but gonna say no either. I'm not gonna stop you, I'm not gonna put up a fuss. If you go about things properly. I like it. Lucifer has a history of causing harm to Japanese citizens. Does he, though? I mean, sure, back when he was a villain, but right now he's just a NEET. I don't think he like has enough energy and motivation to actively do something, causing harm included. Joshi is far away. Feel like they won't be able to do anything bad when Mikiti's Mikiti's relative is there. Probably. Mikiti is scary, and they also rely on her for a place to stay, so they wouldn't want to cross her, would they? For maiden, fair maiden, would you like to sample Sentaki's new chicken twisters? Ah, what a line. I'm gonna use it as a pickup line, I swear. Fair maiden, would you like to sample Kentucky Fried Chicken's new twisters? I have a coupon in the app. And Chiho just straight up, I'll title to Miss Kisaki. Declined to partner with Gabrielle. That's interesting. He has some, like, consciousness, I guess. Conscience. Sorry, wrong word. Conscience. He asked me to help, but he denied, because of course he did, because he worries none about the state of the heavens and the Ente Isla and whatever. All his head is filled with love. That's his goal, that's his pursuit. He cares not about anything else. Emma told me how many shards Yesod was divided into, or that one of them took the form of a young girl. Yeah, not my problem. Exactly, Heaven and Emi can settle it. Although, true, again, Chiho is right here that indeed Alas Ramos is also part of the sword, so it's not a clear-cut case. Wish everyone I like could get along and stay together forever. I hope that's genuinely how it ends. I genuinely hope that's how this series ends. That they managed to uncover whatever, whatever, like, whatchamacallit, whatever conspiracy there is among the angels that are trying to usurp the thrones of the gods and become deities through their lies and whatnot. The shady dealings of the church and all of that gets uncovered, and the entirety of Ente Isla gets united. Humans, demons, angels, everybody else will be able to live in harmony. That would be the best sort of an ending. Second best would be if Mao, Emi, Suzuno, sure, Ashia, Urushihara, and I don't know, maybe a couple more characters just decided to fuck it. We're not going back. We're just gonna stay here in Japan. This is our life now. We're not gonna go back to their squabbles, to their fights for power, to their conspiracies and shit like that. Miss me with that. I have a stable job. I have a home. I have a kid. I'm just gonna stay here. I'm on route for promotion. I might be the general manager one day. I'm not gonna just destroy my current life to do what? To wage war? Fuck that noise. That would also be a cool ending. The first one's significantly better, but I wouldn't mind the second one either. You told me that you trust me and rely on me, but I'm not good enough yet. She can't fight, she hasn't been as long with him, and she needs to find some way to help him, to be useful to him. I do want a different weapon than Miss Yusa's. I mean, you have a bow, but she doesn't mean a weapon literally. She wants to be someone both Mao and Demon King Satan can count on. This is interesting, right? She's not just like, I want someone that you, as you are now, can depend on, can count on. No, I want you as the Demon King. Even if you go back to Ente Isla to conquer the world, I still want to be something you can depend on. That's very interesting. That's very cool of Chiho. First of all, that she sees Mao for who he is, and she doesn't mind. She's down. She's fully down to become a demon queen if need be. Essentially, very interesting. Very cool. Very cool of Chiho. A suitcase, of course. They've been weirdly cooperative. Yeah, make sure not to do anything that would bring you shame. And do things properly. And of course, she's going to Chochi with Yusa and Suzuno. Road trip time. 2 weeks. Chiho for 3 days. Emilia apparently took 2 weeks off to help Crestia move, which seems like a lot of time. Like 2 days, taking 2 days off work to help your friend move. Sure, 2 weeks, that seems like an awful lot of time. But I guess she's gonna also make it a vacation, so Sure. And yeah, Chio's mom agreed, of course. That's a really nice train station. I gotta say, a really nice train station. And the train, as I mentioned, it's really more like a tram. It's very, well, not even all that narrow, but you usually don't see like benches on the opposing sides on a of a rail vehicle. Let's just call it that. Except in a tram, because trams are narrow, they just go throughout the city. Trains usually have like a lot of space. They're big, they're wide. There's a lot of people that can get on. Although trains are very popular in Japan, so it's kind of like maybe not even what we in Europe would call a train, because you take a train when you need to go between cities. In Japan, they take a train if they need to go shopping, right, to the next district over. So their trains don't have to be this big and bulky and cross country. Um, we used to have something like that in some places in Poland. It was called, I think, like a narrow rail, something like that. I don't know, but essentially there's like smaller, narrower trains, a cross between a train and a tram that would go between like big cities and the offshoots of those big cities, like smaller villages around the big city, like around the agglomeration, essentially. Not many of them are still operational, which is a huge fucking shame, because I much prefer rail to like a bus. I much prefer a tram to a bus. Nowadays, all of that is buses, and they get stuck in traffic because, of course, they do, because they're fucking buses. Uh, yeah. Rice crackers, freshly made. And yeah, Gabrielle still might be after them. Devil and Emilia will need to settle their battle eventually, but together we must recognize any other enemies we face in the moment. Indeed. Yeah, Amane Ogura. Okay, I was correct. So I was correct in finding out her voice actress. I like her. I like her voice. I like her design. Uh, Tan Tomboy, perfect. Sadao Maou. Yeah, it's a very pretty place. Very pretty. It's been years since I visited the seaside. I need to go visit the seaside one day. I don't know. I'm gonna get a new job soon by the end of the month. Maybe I'm gonna earn enough to like save up and go visit the seaside one day. That'd be cool. So far, I'm satisfying my desire of sitting by great water by just sitting on the river bank, which is also great. There's some very cool place by the Oder River in my city. They made like steps that go into the very river, but the steps are big, so you can like sit on them like in some sort of an amphitheater, and the scene is the water, and it's really great. You can buy frozen coffee there, not frozen, uh, frozen cold coffee. You can buy some cold drinks, pizza, fries, stuff like that. Really cool place. Really great vibes there. I love going there. That's a great standard of living compared to what they used to have and what they're gonna have, unless Mickey T takes pity on them and also installs AC. And yeah, the place isn't in the greatest shape. I understand like the walls rusting. I understand the signs getting dirty, but the appliances? That seems like something you'd take with you, and if you can't, you would like cover them with trash bags or something precisely for the dirt to not set in. I don't know. I guess nobody really took particularly much care of this place. And the beach opens tomorrow. And the prom is tomorrow. And a bonus for filling the place, of course. Cleaning the floors, cleaning the appliances, and Emmy might be like, "Oh, you're my enemy. We're gonna fight to the death one day." But she's the first one to help. Cold drinks. Go buy these new flotation rings, air pump, colored paper, sandpaper. Yeah, makes sense. Sandpaper in particular because you're gonna need to scrub the rust. Add some anti-rust thing. Personally, I just grab a can of rust paint. There's like a special paint that you can apply directly onto rust. The brand we have around here is Hammerite. I don't know how it is in different places in the world, but it's great. Honestly, like you can have a completely rusted through piece of steel. You paint it with this paint, and it just works. It doesn't chip off. It just fucking works. It's great. It's amazing. And polish until it sparkles. Yeah, having cushioned seats in a beach shack probably not the best idea, right? Like people come here in wet swimsuits, they sit on it wet, it soaks up the salty water and it deteriorates. It is much better idea to have bare wood or bare metal. Right? Like the same reason why you don't see cushioned chairs and cushioned benches on like bus stops. They're plastic. In my city, they're made of metal, and they don't have like a solid back and solid seat. They have like a grider, so the water just falls through. They're never wet. Even if it rains the day before or the hour before, the water just falls down and you can sit on them and not get wet, and it's amazing. So yeah, cushions don't make sense on the outside. Is what I'm trying to say. Crestia, of course, has great talent in building stuff like that because, of course, she does, and it's gonna create a tourist attraction. Algodos. Fireworks, Beardy Peep, and the fires. I think it's like Saint Elmo's fires. Saint Elmo's fires. Yeah, Saint Elmo's fires. Elmo, same thing. Fishing boats could be, but it's probably Saint Elmo's fires. But of course, it has a supernatural explanation because, of course, it does. Because everything unknown has supernatural explanation. That's how gods were created, right? Why the thunder? Oh, gods might be angry, right? That's how it works. That's how human brain works. Human brain, in general, prefers to find a complete bullshit explanation than have no explanation at all. And that's very, very hard. It's very hard on to like overcome because it's like our, I don't know, primordial lizard brain doing that or whatever, and it kind of sucks because it's then hard to get rid of your preconception that you created out of the lack of information, and it's a very interesting mechanism in general, but also very dangerous. And just don't get the trope of dead people coming back and doing bad things. Yeah, why would they, right? What business do they have doing that? You can't let that girl discriminate against certain souls. That's suddenly a very weird thing to say. I know that she probably means like raise her kid good, don't make her discriminate among people, and she just draped it in that supernatural thing because they were talking about supernatural. But it really comes off as Oguro being aware of the supernatural, at least to some degree. Fog horns. Yeah, fog horns made like super low frequency. And the thing with low frequencies is they immediately cause anxiety. Certain frequencies. There are certain frequencies in the very low spectrum that genuinely create genuine fear and anxiety. They're like impossible to perceive, but they just have that effect on human minds, and even the frequencies that you are able to perceive. For example, the Reaper sounds in Mass Effect. Those sounds are not a result of just a random happenstance. No, they were specifically crafted to make use of those low frequencies to induce some modicum of anxiety in the players, and it works. It genuinely does. Like not subsonic, but like uh, low frequencies outside of the hearing spectrum. Very interesting. If you're interested in that, highly recommend looking it up, researching something more on that topic because it's really interesting how sounds that we can't even hear can affect us. Fog out of nowhere? Well, haha, out of nowhere. It's a motherfucking kaiju. Or some form of a shadow creature. I mean, it might be just a human casting shadow on the clouds on the wall of fog. Could be an explanation, but everything has a very supernatural vibe to it, so it might be something supernatural. Chio's friend has a voice actress listed, and she hasn't appeared yet, so that's gonna be interesting to see. Edie, 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 Edie. And I think around episode 6 or 7 is gonna be where I stopped reading the manga. So anything past that will be I'll be completely blind to. Right now I have a little bit of recollection that, oh yeah, some beach shack, and I just know the beach shack, honestly, that they're gonna go work there. From then on, I'm just gonna have absolutely no clue what's going on, so that's gonna be great. That's gonna be cool for me and for you guys. Okay. I said okay. There we go. That was episode 5 of Hataraku Maou-sama season 2, and it was cool. It was a little bit of a cool down episode after all the excitement, all the things happening in episodes prior. But at the same time, we're not completely off the hook because we know that Gabriel is still after Shards of Yesod, and also we have some new supernatural things happening. And that's gonna be cool. We're entering a brand new separate arc, and I have absolutely no clue what to expect of it. I know that beach shack shenanigans are to be expected, but besides that, I have no clue what these supernatural elements are gonna be. I like the new characters we were introduced to, for sure. I like Oguro very much. She's maybe not exactly my type, but very much so. I really like Chio's mother. Again, same situation. I like their designs, I like their voices. I like their characters, their portrayal the most, probably. Like, we haven't exactly seen much from Oguro. We know that she's earnest, and that's about as much as we know about her. But I really do like the characterization of Chio's mother. I really do. And I hope we're gonna continue seeing her in the future. Anything else? I don't think so. I don't think so. It wasn't exactly an episode that brings a lot to the table, a lot to discuss, a lot to theory craft. It's just a cool episode in between arcs, essentially. A cool down after the previous arc, and a hook towards the second arc, towards what's gonna be happening in the second arc. And I enjoy it for what it was. Uh, Also, one thing worth mentioning, I haven't noticed any any like art or animation issues. So that's great. It should be the norm, but it still warrants mentioning that, hey, good job, you didn't fuck up. uh, yeah, I genuinely think that's gonna be it. I don't have anything more to say, so I'm just gonna stop spinning my circles, spinning in circles, because it serves nobody. It just bloats the video artificially. Yeah, but maybe you maybe have something to say. If so, say it in the comments down below. What did you think of this episode, of my reaction, of my theories? No spoilers, please, I beg of you. If you want to talk spoilers, join my Discord. Link is here, also in the description. It's free, open to everybody, and there is Hataraku maou-sama channel there, where you can discuss spoilers by using spoiler tags, so I don't see them. Simple as. Subscribe? No. Before that, like this video if you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it, but tell me why so I can improve. Subscribe to the channel to be notified of future releases of not only Hataraku maou-sama, but also Overload Season 4, Yofukashi no Uta Call of the Night, Symphogear GX, Ruby Ice Queendom, Madoka Magica, and Disco Elysium. That's a lot. I'm probably gonna cut like myself some slack in the future season, because recording something every day is a little bit tiresome, not gonna lie. If you want to be notified of them, subscribe, click the bell, you know how it works. I also stream sometimes, so that's gonna also notify you of that. Or again, join my Discord, because you're gonna be notified of new videos by joining the Discord as well. You can support the channel if you want monetarily on Patreon, and Throne, links in the description. On Patreon for $10 a month you get early access to non-seasonal shows like Symphogear, Madoka, and Disco Elysium. And for just $1 you get a role on the Discord server, and you also get a place in the credits. And there are other tiers should you desire such. On Throne you can pitch in towards my purchase of some new gear directly, like you want me to buy this particular camera, and you can pitch in towards this particular camera, and I'm not gonna spend that money on anything else, so that's great. And you can also support me non-monetarily. If you don't want to spend any money, you can also support the channel by sharing my content, spreading the word, because the word of mouth really does matter a lot for the organic growth of the channel. And I've been getting quite a few subscribers recently, so yeah, the channel clearly grows, and it's gonna grow bigger until one day behind me you're gonna see a YouTube play button, hopefully. Hopefully one day. Right now, that's gonna be it from me for today. So, as always, you guys do all the good stuff, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Cheers! Here's the credits that I mentioned. You can be one of those people if only such is your desire.